Call of Duty Black Ops 6 campaign is a welcome addition to the franchise, especially after last year's Modern Warfare 3 campaign was a complete dud. Black Ops 6 campaign has a little bit of everything, and no mission felt the same. From the classic linear formula of Bishop Takes Rook, to the psychological thriller of Emergence. There's no shortage of excitement and every mission feels super fresh. In this video, we'll be going through what worked well for the campaign, and a few ideas that maybe didn't work too well for them. I've always been a fan of the Black Ops style campaigns. They truly try to capture that spy thriller adventure and put you at the center of it to make it feel as real as possible. Black Ops 6 is no different. In fact, Black Ops 6 dials it up to 11. The campaign will have you playing as Case mostly, but the entire team really feels more involved throughout the campaign compared to prior titles. Things start out fairly grounded as we begin with a simple mission to capture a defector and interrogate him for info. But everything quickly gets heightened as the team goes on the run and must operate from the shadows after being suspended from the CIA. We quickly find out that there's more at play here as the group known as Pantheon, which is essentially a dark road branch of the CIA, has been developing a biological weapon and plans to frame the CIA after setting it loose upon Washington DC, and it's up to us to stop it. Throughout all of this, we get access to some crazy gadgets from the fan favorite RCXD to the brand new homing knife, psychological horror aspects that actually had me a little scared and got the heart rate up, stealth missions, classic run and gun Call of Duty action, and an ending cutscene that will leave your jaw on the floor. Black Ops 6 is truly the best spy thriller game I've ever played with no lack of thrills and betrayals. There are a total of 10 missions available in Black Ops 6, not including all of the in-between stuff at the Rook, which is the Safehouse in Black Ops 6, but more on that later. But not one of these missions felt the same, and that was such a breath of fresh air. I know that's probably not for everyone, and people might have wanted a more classic Call of Duty campaign style, but I thought all of these were incredible. You get the classic Call of Duty linear action in missions like Bishop Takes Rook. We get some of the best spy action in Most Wanted, where we infiltrate a political gala with multiple ways to complete, and High Roller, where we get to play as the whole team and break into the vault of a casino. We get a great stealth mission with Under the Radar, where we return to Vorkuta and have multiple ways to sabotage an enemy base before the rest of the team can storm in. An open world mission in Hunting Season, which was basically Warzone single player but done in the correct way, taking place during Operation Desert Storm. And some of the best psychological thriller type action a video game can offer from Emergence and Separation Anxiety, the former being one of, if not the best campaign mission I've ever played. I was very pleased with the mission variety, and this gives it lots of replayability as well. I'll definitely be doing another run through. The Safehouse makes a return in Black Ops 6, and this is the best version yet. Not only do we get the standard evidence board and a feeling that we're truly on the run, but we get the ability to upgrade the Safehouse as well by investing cash into the building. Players can find cash scattered across the missions. They can be anywhere, so keep an eye out for those cash piles. We can put in a training area, which allows us to make upgrades to our health, a gear station, which allows us to upgrade our armor and equipment, and the weapons bench, which allows us to make upgrades to how we handle our weapons. This was a great addition, and added that extra layer of making the Rook feel like a home base between the big missions. In future titles, it would be nice to have some more customizable options to make the Safehouse feel like more of a home. The Rook also has its fair share of secrets. There are 6 puzzles to solve inside the Safehouse. While these puzzles aren't insanely difficult, it's a fun inclusion and it makes you feel like you're in the middle of an escape room. If you want to find out how to solve all the puzzles, be sure to check out the video linked above. A recent topic of discussion regarding Call of Duty campaigns has been the length. I haven't really found length to be a huge issue other than last year's Modern Warfare 3, which was just all around not good. Black Ops 6 felt like the perfect length for me in total, but I also felt like some of the missions were almost too long. Expect Black Ops 6 to take between 4.5 to 6 hours depending on your difficulty, and the amount of time spent in the Hunting Season open world mission. It took me approximately 5.5 hours to complete on regular difficulty, which I think is a great length for a Call of Duty campaign. As I mentioned above, I feel like the total length was pretty perfect, but some of the individual missions were quite long. Some taking almost an hour to complete, which in my opinion is too long. Though not the end of the world, I would have liked shorter missions, but maybe a few more in total. Overall, I'm very happy with the length of the campaign, and think this is a great measuring stick for future campaigns. We have a great cast of characters joining us in Black Ops 6, some old faces, some new. Troy Marshall, our operations team leader, he's boots on the ground every step of the way. Savati Dumas, a master of disguise and total badass. Felix Newman, a tech expert and creator of many of the devices used throughout the campaign. Jane Harrow, a CIA higher-up keeping everyone off of our heels. Russell Adler, the fall guy for the betrayal of the mission in Panama from Black Ops 2. Adler has been on the run ever since, but is still the same arrogant badass he was in Cold War. And Frank Woods, the man who's been with us every step of the way since Black Ops 1. Now in a wheelchair after the CIA betrayal in Panama, Woods hasn't changed, and I love having him as the common denominator in the Black Ops series. We get to see all of these characters fleshed out, and we actually get to play as all of them at one point or another. In one mission, the whole team gets involved, and it's one of the best in the game. Every great story has a great villain. While I thought the villain was compelling and the reveal was quite shocking, they didn't feel very fleshed out, and I was left with more questions than answers. I feel as though this was the beginning of something bigger for the Black Ops universe, and this villain was only the start of something way, way worse, as we found out from the ending cutscene. Overall, the villain was okay, and I'm looking forward to the next entry in the Black Ops universe, which is supposedly coming next year and is more of an add-on to Black Ops 6, similar to what Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2 did last year. So we might not be waiting for too long to get the answers. Overall, Black Ops 6 campaign was one of the best in the Call of Duty franchise. The visuals were amazing, the mission variety was on point, the length was perfect, and the characters were fun. Some of the individual missions were a bit too long, and the villain could have been more fleshed out, but I'm ranking Black Ops 6 a 9.2 out of 10, and will be going into the S tier of COD campaigns for me. Emergence is probably the best mission in COD history, and many of the missions have multiple ways to go about completing them, which makes it so much more fun. While I wouldn't go and spend the full price tag of $70 on campaign alone, if you love multiplayer and zombies, campaign is an amazing addition to those two modes, and make the price tag well worth it. Or, if you have Game Pass and are just looking for a game that will take around 6 hours to complete, Black Ops 6 campaign is perfect. I can't wait to see what the future holds for the Black Ops universe. What did you guys think of the Black Ops 6 campaign? Let me know in the comments, and if you're still here, hit that subscribe button. Or not, you do you.